Hey, it's Biddy Penny, and today we're doing the Sheetload of Cards for March 2023. This is a special edition using up 6x6 paper. Here is the A2 version of the card, and all of the details are in this sheet, which you can get for free from Call Me Crafty Owl on her YouTube channel. I have all the links down below. Also, make sure you follow our collaboration team here on YouTube and on Instagram. The hashtag is in the title of my video. And here is the monthly support membership information and just all the great details of the sketch that we get every single month. So we did discover that maybe the hashtag is a little wonky. There's a playlist in my description. That's just the way hashtags are these days. Okay, here are the supplies I'm using. This is the stamp set from Blue Fern Studios. I embossed a couple of different embossing folders. I wasn't sure which one I wanted, so I gave myself some options here. And I really like these. And I just did it on white paper because I actually needed the contrast. I knew I'd have a lot going on these cards. I am going to be turning these into 5x7, but still using 6x6 paper. Here is a digital that I wanted to use. I love this digital. And some of the paper, now obviously this is not 6x6 paper, but the dimensions and the way that I'm cutting things down to will work for a 6x6. I'm still going to use all the same cutting. I'm just using different paper. Okay, so let's get into this because I want to make 5x7 cards. And I just wanted some fun spring ones. Now see that extra space over there on that 6x6 cutting guide? We're going to use the entire sheet of 6x6 paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut two 1x6 inch strips. And then with this piece that I have left over, I'm going to cut this down to 1.5, 2, and then the last piece is 2.5 inches, okay? These last three pieces, we're gonna turn and cut at 2 inches, just like the guide had suggested. Basically, all I did was add a 1/2 inch to those pieces to use up the entire sheet of paper. And that way, it was just a little bit bigger and better for my 5x7 design. Okay, so that is the cutting guide that I'm following, just slightly adjusted from the original dimensions. These are some scrap pieces of paper that I cut down to just for demonstration purposes as I was playing around deciding if this was indeed the measurements I wanted to use, and it is. I often try to use I have too much 6x6 paper, and I often try to use it in my 5x7 cards because that's what I make now. Okay, so the patterns were really bothering me, but I really just did use this as scrap paper. I'm playing around trying to see like if I want to extend the pieces past my 4x6 base, which is what those two bases are. They're not my card base, they're just my card front, like my matting layer. So I'm just trying to play around here, and I did like that. I thought that was kind of fun, using that long strip across the two pieces and having them spaced a little bit off that 4x6 mat. Another thing that you could do is rotate it and turn it so that you can maybe turn it up vertically and add a die cut or a sentiment. I think that would be a fun way to use this sketch. Of course, you could do all this with the A2 version that Call Me Crafty Owl gave all the instructions for as well. Okay, so I am just gluing down my printable, matting it onto this glitter cardstock. And I had to make a few little adjustments here and there. All of these rose printables, the black and white ones, were actually different sizes, which worked out great because what I did was I made the rose printables in all three sizes. the 1.5, the 2, and the 2.5. And then I also did the same for the patterned paper and for the embossed paper. So it just gave me options. Each card's going to be a little different, even though they're all the same formula. Okay, so I glued this 4x6 down on my 5x7 card base and stamped on the top of it. Now, I did have to use a pen to complete the stamping. If you wanted to avoid that, you could stamp first, like in a stamp positioning tool, on the card base, and then glue that 4x6 on top of it, and then it would be seamless. But with my pen, I was able to make it work. And then I brought in some embellishments. I just really love these. I thought the silver was beautiful with this black and white and soft pink. And this sentiment says, flowers are friends are flowers in the garden of life. And I just think these are great for Happy Mail and just to have in my stash. I am actually getting ready to donate a ton of cards, you guys. I'm going to send a bunch to Carla at Cards for Cancer. Please look her up here on YouTube if you're looking for a place to donate cards. She just this year was able to establish her nonprofit status, and she is a great, sweet person who loves receiving cards and giving them to a cancer center near her. All right, so there's the hashtags. If you want to play along, please do share whatever you make on Instagram, here on YouTube, and just use those hashtags at the top of the printable. Here are my final cards. This sketch yielded 8 cards this month, and I really love them. Oh, I love the sheet load every single month. I always get excited when it comes in my inbox, and I know I get to get creative and crafty and make it my own, and I encourage you all to do the same. If you like making 5x7 cards, then this might be one you want to try out, especially if you have a bunch of 6x6 paper like me. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you go watch all the other collab team and check them out on Instagram, and go to Call Me Crafty Owl. See you next time. Bye.